welcome back to the Think in English and Save Money series. Mike, in our last episode, you confronted the difference between want and need, and you even confessed to that impulsive video game purchase. How are you feeling now that the denial phase is over?
I feel more aware, Julie. That video game was definitely a want, not a need. I've started asking myself, do I really need this before I buy anything? It's the beginning of my simple plan.
That's fantastic. Remember, the goal isn't to deprive yourself, but to have the power to decide where your money goes. And you took the most important first step, thinking before you buy.
Yes, Julie. In the first 3 episodes, I was only making $2,000, but I've managed to make some extra income. You'll find out my new salary soon. And I did my homework. I started writing down everything that comes in and goes out of my account. It's essential, just like you said. I'm going to show you everything today. And you, future fluent, did you write it down? Let us know in the comments.
Perfect, Mike. It's always great to see our viewers putting in the work to feel a sense of progress. Writing everything down is the fundamental step to creating your budget and making solid vocabulary connections. And that's our topic today, creating your first monthly budget. How do you feel about the word budget now?
The word still gives me chills, Julie. It sounds like a world full of spreadsheets and strict rules, but after seeing the annual cost of my coffee, $3,600, I know I need this financial map. I need to think before I buy and know if something is a want or a need.
That's right. Something you really need is that trip. And that's why we're going to make your budget. A budget is a simple plan. It shows your income, what you earn, and your expenses, what you spend. Let's start with the easy part, your income. Mike, what's your monthly income?
Julie, I started making some extra income, and now my income is no longer $2,000. It's $3,500 a month. My fixed income is $2,000, and my variable income is $1,500.
Great! That's the starting point of any plan. Now, let's move on to the villain of the story, your monthly expenses. Think about everything you need and everything you want. Grab a piece of paper or your phone's notepad and let's write it down.
Okay, Julie, I made a list. It's kind of embarrassing because I didn't think the list would be this long, but it's going to show me how many things I thought I needed were just wants. You're about to find out how much I spent on parties and fast food. It's pretty embarrassing to discover this. Leave a comment if you've ever bought something you regretted.
Don't worry. The purpose of a budget is to give every dollar you spend a name. Let's categorize. Start with your needs, the things that are non-negotiable.
Rent, it's my biggest expense, for sure. I spend $1,400. 2, food, groceries. I calculated $600 a month. 3, transportation. I spend about $250. 4, bills and utilities. About $200.
Excellent, Mike. You've just listed $2,450 in essentials. Now, let's move on to your wants. Where does the rest of the money slip through your fingers?
The rest. That's my biggest villain. The things that I want but don't need. So let's continue. Subscriptions. Netflix, Spotify, and that new game. I don't even know why I have all these subscriptions. Let's say $150. Social and fun. Going out with friends, ordering food delivery on the weekend. I spent $750 last month. Coffee. Remember, Even making it at home most days, I still spend $50 on coffee when I'm in a hurry.
Very thorough, Mike. You wrote down absolutely everything. Now, let's do the math to finalize your first budget. Adding up your income of $3,500 and your expenses of $3,400, you have a surplus of $100.
What? My monthly expenses total $3,400? That means if I follow this list, I only have $100 left. And I thought my low salary was the problem.
See? The problem isn't your salary, but the lack of a simple plan. Now you can look at your budget and see clearly, this is where I can save. And you can start making better choices without depriving yourself of anything. Just make the right choices, Mike.
I get it. The $100 left over is my savings, the money for my dream of traveling. If I keep this up, the biggest trip I'll be able to take is to the next neighborhood. And you, Future Fluent, let us know in the comments if your budget surprised you. Comment, my budget was a surprise for me. So, let's continue. But what if I want to save more?
That's the beauty of having a budget. In the next episode, I'll show you how to create small goals for what you want, even if you don't need it, and what to do to achieve that goal economically. We're going to cut expenses and make a plan, Mike.
What? Things are getting serious now. I'm gonna need help not to cry.
It's going to be fun, I promise. Future Fluent, Mike just created his first budget by writing down his income and monthly expenses. What part of your budget do you need to look at more closely? Let us know in the comments. So, let's continue. Mike, you did an amazing job. Creating your first budget is the hardest step, and you did it. Now, let's make sure this vocabulary becomes part of your active English.
This is my time to shine. Everyone at home, grab your mirrors or your phone because the magic happens now. Let's turn these words into speaking confidence.
Exactly. Let's start with part 1. Listen and repeat. I'll say the phrases and you repeat them out loud, looking at yourselves. Let's begin. I will make a budget.
I will make a budget.
Perfect. Now, about your income. My monthly income is...
My monthly income is $3,500.
Great. Now, about your spending. I need to write down my expenses.
I need to write down my expenses.
And the most important phrase of all, I need to think before I buy.
I need to think before I buy.
Wonderful. Now let's move to part 2. I want you at home to answer these questions about your own life. Don't rush, just try to form the sentence.
Okay, this is the part that challenges us. But without a challenge, there's no progress, right? I'm ready.
Perfect. Look in the mirror and answer honestly, what is your biggest monthly expense? Think about your largest expense.
For me, the answer is easy. My biggest monthly expense is rent.
Great example. Now, the next question for you to reflect on, what is a want you spend money on every month? Think of a desire, not a need.
I would say I spend money on subscriptions and video games.
Fantastic, Mike. And congratulations to everyone who practiced with us. You've not only learned vocabulary, but you've taken a giant step toward financial control.
I'm feeling more powerful, Julie. Now I have a map, a plan. And what's the challenge for our future fluent friends to put this into practice?
Today's challenge is a commitment. Go to the comments and write this sentence in English to establish your new habit. I will make a simple plan for my money.
I love it. It's a promise to yourself. And I want to see everyone commenting because we are on this journey together. It's a small step, but it changes everything.
Exactly. And with your budget in hand, in our next episode, we'll learn how to create realistic savings goals so you can finally take that trip.
Now we're talking. Let's turn my $100 in savings into much more. Everyone, don't miss the next episode because it's going to be about making dreams come true.
It sure will be. And if this episode gave you the courage to create your first budget, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who also needs this map.
That's right. If the next episode isn't ready yet, watch this video here, which is the first of the series, and follow this playlist.